Okay, so we've finished reading about super bubbles and Spongebob and Patrick's experiment, and we have the data here. But the data by itself is hard to read. Which is better, super bubble or a regular bubble? Well, one of the things that we can do is add them all up to see, and get the average of each of the super bubble and the regular bubble. The other thing that's really convenient and good to do is to make a graph. So today we are going to learn how to make a graph using this super bubbles experiment. So the first thing you're going to do is open Sheets. So go to a new tab and find Sheets. I just like to go to the 9.1 and pick up Sheets and just start a new spreadsheet. Always make sure you title what you're going to be doing first. So I'm going to title it with my name and then what it is. Miss Dombrowski Super Bubble Graph. Okay, so now I need all that data, but I don't have to type it all in. So I'm going to go back to my graph here and I'm just going to highlight the entire thing. And then I'm going to copy it. Now that it's copied, I'm going back to Google Sheets and in the top A1 box, I'm going to paste. And there it is. Okay, now you could have just kept it highlighted. I unhighlighted, but make sure it's highlighted, everything. And then go to Insert. We have File, Edit, View, and then Insert. Click Insert. And about in the middle where it says Chart, click Chart. And it automatically comes up with a bar graph. Now, if it doesn't look like this with two different lines, scroll here where it says Chart Editor, scroll down, and if Use Column A is not clicked, if yours looks like this, make sure you say Use Column A as labels, which means that this column here, so column A, bubble, that's going to be used as a label down below here, okay? Because really, the bubble 1 through 10 isn't a part of our data. It's just saying, oh, bubble 1 was this size, bubble 3 was this size, etc., etc. So we don't need that. And if use column A as labels is not checked, then it thinks that that's part of the data too, and it starts to graph. You can see blue here says bubble. So it's 1 to 10. Then the red is super bubble and yellow is the regular bubble. But we don't want to see just the bubble itself. We just want to see super and regular. So you should be able to see it up here. It gives you a key: blue, super bubble, red, regular bubble. All right, some other things we're going to do. Right here we're in setup, but we're going to go to customize. So click customize. And then we're going to change some things. So bubble is written down here, okay? But what we need on this side is the diameter of the bubble. So we need to have a label over here as well. So we're going to click Chart and Access Titles, Chart Title. We're going to click the Vertical Axis Title, and then Title Text, okay? So we're going to say diameter in centimeters. And as you're going along, it actually changes it over here on the left-hand side. So now we have a title, we have a key, we have our data values, and we have our labels, all of which are very important to have when you are doing a chart. So chart and access titles. All right, so now we can close that, and then we can look at our data here. But we need to put it back into our regular document. So we're going to go just highlight this so you can see all the little squares on the corners and sides, and click the three-dot menu and click Copy Chart. Then you're going to go back to your worksheet and you're just going to click off of the table. You don't want to click on the table, and then paste. This means link to spreadsheet. That means every time you change the spreadsheet, it will update on your document. If you click paste unlinked, that means any changes that you make on sheets will not automatically show up on your document. Both are good to do at different times. Right now, we're just going to link the spreadsheet. That way we can change things if we want to later on. So we can see that by looking at this, the majority of the super bubbles are bigger than the regular bubble. However, we need to really look back and say, look at the ad. The ads claim that super bubble soap will produce bubbles that are twice as big as bubbles made with regular bubble soap. So let's just look here really quick. Are any of these twice the size? Well, this one is 10, so that would have to be 20. Well, here's one that's over 20. But it would have to be, well, let's just look at that one. Number 5. It's 22 and 11. So that one is double. But for it to be accurate and convincing data, most of these would have to be double. And most of them are not. In fact, this one, the regular bubble, was bigger. This one, they're the same. They're pretty close. That one's a little bit bigger, pretty close. Then there was that one. The super bubble is a little bit bigger. Oh, but here the regular bubble was bigger. So what we can see by making a graph is we can see at a glance that yes, most of the time the super bubbles are bigger, but yet not very much so. So if we were going to analyze this data, should they use the super bubble solution? I would say no, just use your regular bubble soap. It's probably cheaper, if it's cheaper, because it doesn't add up to the claim of being double, and it's not always bigger.